Think you can answer this one? Which element did Dmitry Mendeleev famously leave gaps for in his periodic table, predicting their existence before they were discovered? Stick around to the end to find out if you're right. Welcome to the Famous Scientists and Inventions quiz. 10 questions, 10 seconds each. Let's go! Question 1. Which scientist is credited with developing the theory of general relativity? A. Isaac Newton. B. Niels Bohr. C. Albert Einstein. D. Max Planck. The correct answer is C. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein published his theory of general relativity in 1915, describing gravity as a curvature of spacetime. Interestingly, Einstein won his Nobel Prize in 1921 not for relativity, but for his explanation of the photoelectric effect. Question 2. Who invented the World Wide Web in 1989? A. Bill Gates. B. Tim Berners-Lee. C. Vince Cerf. D. Steve Jobs. The correct answer is B. Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web while working at CERN in Switzerland. He remarkably chose not to patent his invention, deciding instead to make it freely available to everyone in the world. Question 3. Marie Curie was the first person to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different sciences. Which 2 fields were they in? A. Physics and chemistry. B. Chemistry and medicine. C. Physics and medicine. D. Chemistry and biology. The correct answer is A. Physics and chemistry. Marie Curie won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903 and in Chemistry in 1911, making her the only person ever to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different sciences. Her research on radioactivity was so intense that her notebooks are still too radioactive to handle safely today. Question 4. What did Alexander Fleming accidentally discover in 1928? A. Aspirin. B. Insulin. C. Penicillin. D. Vaccinations. The correct answer is C. Penicillin. Fleming noticed that a mold called Penicillium notatum had contaminated his petri dishes and was killing the surrounding bacteria. This accidental discovery of penicillin ultimately led to antibiotics that have saved hundreds of millions of lives. Question 5. Nikola Tesla is best known for his contributions to which electrical system? A. Direct current, DC. B. Alternating current, AC. C. Solar power. D. Static electricity. The correct answer is B. Alternating current, AC. Tesla championed alternating current, AC, electricity, which became the standard worldwide after his system proved superior to Thomas Edison's direct current, DC. Their fierce rivalry is often called the War of Currents. Question 6. Which invention is correctly attributed to Galileo Galilei? A. The compound microscope. B. The barometer. C. The thermoscope. D. The pendulum clock. The correct answer is C. The thermoscope. Galileo invented the thermoscope around 1593, a precursor to the modern thermometer that could detect temperature changes but had no numerical scale. While he improved the telescope, he did not invent it. That credit goes to Hans Lippershey. Question 7. What was the name of the first successfully cloned mammal, announced in 1997? A. Bessie the cow. B. Dolly the sheep. C. Celia the goat. D. Polly the pig. The correct answer is B. Dolly the sheep. Dolly the sheep was cloned by scientists at the Roslin Institute in Scotland using a technique called somatic cell nuclear transfer. She was named after country singer Dolly Parton because the cell used for cloning came from a mammary gland. Question 8. Charles Darwin published his landmark work on evolution in which year? A. 1842, B. 1871, C. 1859, D. 1865. The correct answer is C. 1859. Darwin published On the Origin of Species in 1859 after more than 20 years of careful research following his voyage on HMS Beagle. He delayed publishing for so long partly out of fear of the religious controversy it would cause. Question 9. Which scientist first described the laws of motion and universal gravitation in 1687? A. Gottfried Leibniz, B. Robert Hooke, C. Edmund Halley, D. Isaac Newton. The correct answer is D. Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton published his Principia Mathematica in 1687, laying out his 3 laws of motion and the law of universal gravitation. The famous falling apple story, though possibly embellished, was reportedly told by Newton himself in later life. Question 10. Which element did Dmitry Mendeleev famously leave gaps for in his periodic table, predicting their existence before they were discovered? A. Neon and argon, B. Gallium and germanium, C. Uranium and radium, D. Bromine and iodine. The correct answer is B. Gallium and germanium. Mendeleev left deliberate gaps in his 1869 periodic table and predicted the properties of undiscovered elements, including gallium, discovered 1875, and germanium, discovered 1886. The accuracy of his predictions helped convince the scientific community of the table's validity. That's all the questions for today. Drop your score in the comments, I'd love to know how you did. If you enjoyed the quiz, hit like and subscribe for a new quiz every week. See you next time.